Stargirl begins its third season with a lot of fun, but also with a lot of tension that perfectly serves the season's themes and plot. This program understands just how to reconnect us to the golden feeling that it will shortly ruin. Stargirl Season 3 begins by reacquainting us with Blue Valley, and we are instantly struck by the beautiful, picket fence, classic American dream atmosphere. But, as the last two seasons have demonstrated, this traditional American ideal feeling is destined to be exposed as a sarcastic falsehood, which is exactly what happened in the episode's concluding scenes. Season 3 begins after the Whitmore-Dugan family returns from their vacation in Earth Prime, Stargirl number 4, which you should read because it's a lot of fun. But now that Courtney has returned from her vacation and the summer has ended, the JSA has returned to school. That means they'll have team meetings around lunch again, which will undoubtedly be uncomfortable with Cindy at the actual round table. Yolanda and Rick are less inclined to forgive than Courtney and Beth, resulting in some amusing yet stressful encounters between the two. And, to be honest, this is far superior to the entire gang simply allowing Cindy to join the JSA without any opposition. It works for the characters while also making the season more fascinating. The season's themes are already on the table, and they include forgiveness and reformation, so it will be fascinating to watch how the program handles them. The first genuine JSA action of the season feels quite modest, with all 5 of them attempting to prevent a heist. However, just as they are about to charge in, Artemis appears and takes down all of the bad men, combining the fighting techniques of both of her parents. It's a pleasant surprise that nicely sets up Artemis's joining the squad in future episodes. As for Starman, we now know at least why he's returned. He was originally dead, but resurrected after Courtney discovered the cosmic staff and it managed to resuscitate him. Obviously, there is more to this narrative than what is being provided right now, but for the time being, it suffices. While there isn't a lot of Sylvester in this episode, the interactions between him and Pat are so wonderful, compassionate, and sincere, but there's still something odd about him. Like he's being controlled by Mr. Bones, which would explain why there are now cameras in the Whitmore-Dugan residence, but perhaps this is just a ruse. Joel McHale is fantastic as Sylvester in this episode, demonstrating that he is so much more than just Jeff Winger from Community. The actual hurt comes from Sylvester betraying Courtney's trust by removing the cosmic staff without her consent. Then, hearing that Sylvester had returned to the staff, it aches, and Breck Basinger does an excellent job of portraying Courtney's anguish. But then Courtney takes an uncharacteristically Courtney decision to share the staff. Obviously, this may cause problems later in the season, but for the time being, it appears to be a means to depict a non-generic power struggle between Courtney and Sylvester for control of the staff. The Crocs now live across the street from the Whitmore-Dugans, which could provide for some good fun or tension over the season. We could tell this was going to be the case at the conclusion of Season 2, but seeing it pay off so rapidly in Stargirl Season 3 is fantastic. The fact that Crusher breaks into their house walks through the unlocked front door at 5:30 a.m. to try and make breakfast for Pat but also to figure out what the gambler was up to, was charming while also building tension between several characters who appear to be heavily featured this season, even if they are not in the same episode. There's also the scene where Paula walks into Barbara's office and asks her to speak with Courtney about allowing Artemis to join the JSA. It's scary and amusing to watch Paula literally plead and threaten Barbara to let her kid in while barely being able to utter JSA. This year's chemistry between the Crocs and the Whitmore-Dugans is going to be fantastic. What the gambler appears to be doing is making an apology for his previous actions. Pat and Courtney, on the other hand, are not pleased with his abrupt reappearance and change of heart. He appears to be doing this just to win the approval of his freshly discovered daughter. However, not everyone reacts as positively as Pat and Courtney. The Shade instantly dismisses the gambler's mistrust and encourages him to leave town before he takes matters into his own hands. However, before the gambler can accomplish whatever he wishes, he is assassinated, beginning the season's plot. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and give us a like.